everyone, my name is Carol and welcome aboard to Knitting on the Hook. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a 1x1 weaving pattern. So let's get to it. The 1x1 weaving pattern is an odd stitch number and a repeat of row 1 and 2. For this sample, I have cast on 13 stitches and I'm going to knit one row across. Add some weight. When weaving, the yarn is not fed through the yarn feeder, which is why I keep the skein underneath the machine. The yarn is placed on top of selected needles in front of the main yarn. And because the weaving yarn is not fed through the yarn feeder, it allows you to use a much thicker yarn than your machine would normally be able to handle. For the first row of the pattern, place some weight at the tail end of your weaving yarn and bring the first needle closest to the carriage into E position. Place the yarn on top of it. Bring out the second needle into E position, keeping the weaving yarn underneath. On the third needle, bring the yarn up so that the yarn sits on top of the third needle, which is your 1x1 weaving pattern. Under, over, under, over, under, over. Maintain some tension and knit across. For the second row of the pattern, the first and the last needle remains in B position. The second needle closest to the carriage is brought into E position and the yarn placed on top of the needle. Needle number 3, yarn under, over, under, over, making sure that the weaving yarn is in front of the main yarn. Knit across. Now that the first and the second row of the weaving patterns are established, you carry on repeating these 2 rows. Over, under, over, under. Knit across. Over, under, over. When ready to cast off, only the main yarn is used. The weaving yarn is cut off and using a tapestry needle weaved in within the fabric. And here is our sample of the 1x1 weaving pattern. The blue yarn is a worsted weight yarn, a number 4, and the beige is a bulky yarn, a number 5. And the combination of both creates an interesting texture to the back of the fabric. The front creates the illusion of a 1x1 ribbing pattern without the elasticity. It's a lot of fun to weave on the machine, and you're not limited to 1x1. You can also do a 2x2, a 1x2, a 2x1. You can use ribbons, you can use textured yarn, you can alternate rows. The possibilities are endless. So I hope you give this one a try and have fun with it. Thank you for watching Knitting on the Hook. Bye for now.